Hello and welcome. For those of you that I haven't met, I'm Faye McGill and I'm the Deputy Director of Thames Gateway Teaching School Hub, and I'm joined this evening by Nicola Taylor, who is going to talk to us about the NPQ Senior Leadership and NPQ Headship. The aim is for this to just be a quick soundbite so you get a feel for the courses and what they look like so that you can decide which one is right for you or for the staff in your school. So, Nicola, can we start off then, please? So, I mean, the clue is in the title a little bit, but can you just talk to us about who these courses are aimed at?
Yes, absolutely. So, in the case of both the SL and the H qualifications, it's for people who are either already working at that level, so you're already a senior leader, or you are already a head teacher, or it's people who are aspiring to both of those roles. So if you are currently a middle leader and you're thinking that your next step is into senior leadership, then the SL would be great for you. If you're currently a senior leader and you're beginning to think about headship, then the H would be the next natural step for you.
And in terms of the course, what does the overall structure look like? I know they're both similar.
They are very similar. So both courses have been written based on the National Professional Qualification frameworks. So that's the curriculum statements that have been determined by the Department for Education. They've divided 10 different chapters, if you like, 10 different domains of study into learn that and learn how to statements. And then we've sequenced that series of statements into the curriculum that we offer. The curriculum for the SL and the H mirror each other. And so what I would say is that there's a really good opportunity for people that are studying the SL and the H to get together and have some really in-depth conversations about how they would translate what they have found in the research into practice within their own school and their own school context. We have divided our course into 4 modules, and those 4 modules are delivered over a period of 18 months. We start in module 1 with the focus very much on what we see as being the key work of any member of SLT or any head teacher, which is really a focus on teaching, learning, curriculum and pedagogy, with assessment put into that first module as well. The second module, we then move on to look at behaviour and additional and special educational needs. The third module, we look at working in partnership, governance and accountability. And then the final module is looking very much at organisational management. And then we run 2 of those chapters of that framework or domain areas across all 4 modules. So in each of the modules, we explore the impact upon school culture, and we also explore the implications for professional development and other staff. With the SL qualification, we're talking very much about how do you lead middle leaders and teachers within your school environment to make changes and implement the things that you are learning about. And with head teachers, it's very much geared to how do you work with the senior leadership team to influence and exert influence through them.
Perfect, thank you. And in terms of the structure and support that's on offer throughout those courses, can you tell us a little bit about that, please?
Absolutely. So our courses have been written very much with workload in mind. We recognise that although people on our courses are investing in their own professional development, they're doing that at a time when they are also still practising teachers and leaders within their own school context. So we have designed our programme so that each of those modules lasts for 12 weeks. Each week within that 12-week module has an activity or series of activities to be completed. And we anticipate the workload most weeks to be no more than about 2 hours worth of work. So it's good to plan for those 12 weeks that you're going to have some professional activity, professional development activity to undertake each week. And that will take one of a number of forms. So it could be that you're in that week focusing on your online learning. So that'll be the space where you come into contact with a lot of the research, a lot of the published journal articles, the videos, the podcasts, and you engage with your reflective journal and your online discussion forums. It might be that in 1 week, your activity is to take away some of the key themes and ideas and discuss them with your coach. If you're on the SL course, that's an in-school coach. If you're on the H course, not only do you have an in-school coach, but you've also got fully funded access to an external executive coach as well that we can support you to find. There is also within each of those modules a face-to-face workshop where you come together with the cohort of people that you're studying with as part of the Thames Gateway Teaching School Hub. And you have 2 dedicated facilitators who will work through a series of activities and ideas with you to extend that online learning. And then within each module, again, working with those same 2 facilitators, you have 2 90-minute webinars that are live opportunities, again, for you to come together in a virtual environment and discuss the ideas that you've covered in your online learning. Take those once.
Thank you. And could you tell us a little bit about the final assessment? So how do people pass the NPQ SL or H?
Absolutely. So at the end of that 18-month period, when you've completed your study, you've done all 4 modules, you've engaged in all the online activities, and you've completed at least 90% of the course requirements. We then move into an assessment period, which is open for 3 months. And within the first week of that assessment period is when the participants themselves will complete the assessment activity. So midday on that first day of an 8-day window, they will be able to download the assessment case study and download the assessment write-up paper that we provide. And that's an opportunity for you to have a look at a fictional school. And you'll be provided with a mini case study of that fictional school. So there'd be materials like an Ofsted extract, there might be stakeholder engagement interviews, there might be some policy documentation, there could be a little bit of budget information, there could be a little bit around the quality of provision and the quality of education in that school. And as you read through that case study, you'll be asked to answer 3 questions. So you'll be asked to, first of all, identify an issue that you think that school is facing. And to be able to draw on evidence from the case study to identify why that is a particular issue in that school. The second question will ask you to identify a solution. So that would be drawing on the research that you've come into contact with as part of the qualification. And then the third question asks you to talk about and discuss how you would implement your solution. And that is one of the reasons that we use that implementation thread to run across all 4 modules to really embed your understanding of implementation practice so that you can write fluently about it in that final assessment. You get 8 days to write your answer and then upload your answer to our online learning platform. And at the end of the day, 8 days, that's your submission done. That's your NPQ kind of finished. We've then got a whole process of marking and moderation before you receive your final results and then download your certificate from the teacher registration agency.
Perfect. I will just add, because people do ask, that you do get 2 attempts to pass. So if you aren't successful on the first time, I believe you get a second assessment window, and you can do the same process again if that should be necessary. But obviously, we are hopeful that that won't be necessary.
Absolutely. And those assessment dates in terms of the windows are available on our website so that you can check in advance when those are going to be as well.
Perfect. Thank you. And then just lastly, we know budgets are tight. Can you talk to us a little bit about the costs and the funding available for the 2 courses?
For the vast majority of people working in schools in England, these courses are free. So there is a huge scholarship program that the Department for Education has rolled out. If you want to check whether you are in a school that is eligible for that scholarship funding, which would make your entire course free, we've got details of that on our website. So that's llse.org.uk. If you are operating in a small school, and that is defined by the Department for Education as a school with fewer than 600 pupils, then not only will that qualification be free, but you'll be entitled to an additional £200 per person in your school that's undertaking the qualification to support you to be able to complete the study. If you're not eligible for scholarship funding, then we have details on the website about the particular cost of the course as well. But it's around about £1,000 for each of those qualifications. But for the vast majority of people, these courses are fully funded by the Department for Education.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time, Nicola, and giving us that overview of the 2 courses. We really appreciate it. Many thanks.